One owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. It's gonna be a really quick behind the scenes video. This is a 94 or so Thunderbird SC. Beautiful car. Got a Volvo in, got a Monte Carlo. And the Monte Carlo is still running. So we got these lights. They're yellowed. You can see, I'm gonna show you a couple different ways. Just yellowed as can be. And I'm gonna sand and buff them. Now some people like to sand and buff and clear. I personally don't like putting clear coat over my lights. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Do it to it if that's what you do. It's not what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna hand this camera off, and basically what I'm gonna do on this is start with a 1200. I mean, excuse me, 1500. Which is not really aggressive. Hope. Okay, we've stinking messed up our battery. Got a new camera with a little bit of battery. We'll see how much of this we make. 1500. And I'm gonna sand this down pretty good. Now, a guy should tape off, like the bumper, where you don't sand the paint off the bumper. I popped the hood, so I'm good on the top. And I'm just gonna be careful on the bottom. And all that coming off is your oxidation and basically it's plastic. And keep your sandpaper nice and wet. Honestly, I would make sure and tape off the bottom because it gets to be a pain. Be careful. But this is a really quick job. It doesn't take a long time. And it's going to give you a great result. Now when you're done with this first step, it's probably going to look like shit. It's not that good. It's not going to be shinier. That's for sure. And on these older lights, if there's a fat lip like this up top, sometimes there could be a piece in there that just really cause you to have a miscolored piece up top. So, main thing, get a nice even finish. I like to rub the nipples a little bit. Yeah, baby! Okay, I'm gonna show you this up close. Could you grab the power washer, just the wand? And that's that. You can see it all running off. I'll put some wand power to it here in a second. Okay, got the wand, and I'm going to do it slower from the top just to where you can see. Get up close, man, to where we can see everything rolling off. Well, it didn't show it like I thought it would. It all rolled through the back. You can see a lot of it back there. Now, that's what you got compared to that right off the bat. Next step, you're going to want to run over it with 2000, which is nowhere near as aggressive. And basically you're scratching it up, and then scratching it up with smaller scratches, and then scratching it up with smaller scratches, and then smaller scratches. You can go down to like, oh god, I wouldn't go much below 1,000 just because I don't want to be trying to bring it back from that, but maybe you could even go to 800 if that's what your thing is. Me, 1,500, 2,000. They're going to look a hell of a lot better. That's all there is to say about it. Now, the next step, of course, is buffing. And I'm going to have to make a special stuff for this. I'm going to sell a kit. I keep saying that about everything. And Chuck's been helping me out a bit here. Hopefully in the next, let's say 3 to 6 months, everything will be able to come out with some labels and stuff. I mean, I've got so many products I made to do this, but I want to share. I want to share with the world. Okay, that's that. I'm going to go ahead and, hell, I might as well hit the other one real quick while I'm sitting with my teeth in my mouth. And just be careful of any painted surfaces. I've done this a lot, so I'm sort of comfortable doing it without taping. And there's many ways to do this. Everybody might have a trick or a tip or whatever. And hey, I'm for learning too. There's lots of ways to do things. 100%. And clearing them when you're done buffing, hey, that is a neat way to do it too. It'll make it last longer, keep it from fading. When it does fade, your clear's going to start flaking off, and then you're going to have to really sand a lot harder when you're restoring them, for sure. And as they get older, the harder you have to sand, the more chance you have of cracking a lens, because it's just old plastic. So, been there, done that, and that's why I do it the way I do it, because it seems to be more economical in the long run. Very wet? Nah. I have that happen in a few videos where the lens gets wet, and I have people complain later that, hey, you got the lens all wet, now I can't see nothing. And it's usually not that bad, but I appreciate the comments and such. It makes me be on the lookout for stuff like that. And then actually I sound rude when I'm bringing it up here, like, hey, you know, watch out, you gotta bring that up, tell me if there's a bubble on it. Just like you guys do probably. So I teach by the way I was taught. You guys are, some of them are real, you did that wrong! You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You read the comments. Am I just ranting? Or is it cold medicine or lack thereof? I don't know. There's a perfect amount of talking on things. I can't seem to hit it. It's either too much, not enough, dead space, no dead space. Beautiful headlights. Beautiful headlights. Headlights, big city. Oh no, that was bright lights. Okay, well that's pretty much that. I'm going to turn this off for a second and come back a buffing. You'll see, I'll show you when I come back how this is going to dry out. Okay, this camera only has 8 minutes, well the card actually, on it. As you can see, they're a lot foggier. So you get them a little bit foggy, or a lot of bit foggy. And I've got a special mix of stuff I use. You don't want to never get on your skin or anything. And if you get too aggressive with this, let's just put it this way, don't get too aggressive. tell it's a lot shinier. Show the other one if you want. Buffs it right back out. You can see around that nipple. It needs to be hit by hand a little bit. And it's not a perfect fix. You could do a lot better. You could do a lot worse. It really changes it though. I'm going to do the other one.
Huge difference.
Just for the heck of it, I guess I should say. And like I said before, I hope you can hear me. I'm talking hoarsely. This thing will grab a hold of anything. Look out. It grabbed a hold of that right there. Ready?
Yep.
Is it? Are you ready?
Yep.
Turn it off. Okay, so we had a bump of the record button there. And I caught a hold of that piece and flipped it up and broke the edge off my canister that I'm going to need back. And get up close here, right with the whole camera. Watch, listen. You can probably hear this. It's really gritty, and I've got a good amount of it on there. I'm not pushing that hard. Okay, well that's it. They look a lot different. And yeah. So, One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com. Up close of the lights. And I'm gonna go ahead and slam this hood to where you can see it like that. Yeehaw, looks a lot better. Thanks for watching. All kinds of cars for sale. All kinds of new inventory in. Call me, check the website. We'll talk to you. One Owner Car Guy, oneownercarguy.com. And what I've got here for you today is a really nice 1993 Ford Thunderbird SC. Supercharged in the 5-speed model. I'm thinking that's all they made this in was the 5-speed model. Beautiful in this bright metallic blue. It's a 1 or a 2 owner car. I don't have my auto check stuff. I'll put it exactly what it is in the eBay auction. I'm going to do a quick walk around, kind of just show you how nice it is. And